G'day and welcome to the MacPack.
We're back.
My name's Shane McKenna and to my left this week in order the man on the panel who is most likely to go over the moon. It's my little brother Joe. How are you, boy?
I'm good, but I'm going Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind. I always get them confused. That's all right. Coming in at 6'1", as he does each and every week, is the baby brother of the pack. Who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you, mate?
Boys, I remembered a funky shower I had recently, and I need to let you know what went down.
Ooh, funky shit, like you shat yourself in the shower.
The waffle stump.
The waffle stump.
We're kicking things off with a story from Joey about a movie cinema.
Yes.
Sounds riveting. Riley's got a shower tale. We're going to have a look at the Olympics, see what's been going on over the first couple of days. We're playing Who's Review as well. That's returning.
Back.
Plus, we've got a very, very special everyday hero coming from Fifi Fev and some other guy. So let's get into it. Boys.
Brother Bingo.
How are we all? Are we all well?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Oh, God.
Frankly,
There's
my
so
dear, I
many-
don't give a
So
damn.
many times during the week where I questioned whether or not he's related to me. It's good to get one.
He said those words about 50,000 times this week.
It's good to get one in the can so everyone's aware. How's what?
How's Gimp with the Wind?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gimp.
Did you go and see a movie? Is that what you're trying to
Frankly,
do?
my dear.
Yeah, I went to see Gone with the Wind.
The original or the remake? Because
Original.
I've seen there's a remake. It's currently out.
Starring John
Really?
Travolta and Zac Efron.
No.
What?
I don't think so. Oh, Take Me to the Moon. Is that a new one?
Fly Me to the Moon.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking
That's
of.
the John
That's a
Travolta
different-
song.
No, that's Channing.
Yeah, right.
Channing Tatum.
What's that about?
That one's about the moon landing.
Is that a new one? Or is that a remake?
It's just out.
Is it a remake?
I don't think so. I think it's
okay.
just a movie.
Okay, sorry.
It's set in the 60s.
You know that? What was that biopic of the moon movie we saw?
First Man.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good.
That was a good film.
With the Gauze.
The
As Neil.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Costner. Coming in as Neil Armstrong.
What's happened with Gone with the
Gimp
Wind?
with the
So
Wind.
2 weeks ago, I went to see Gone with the Wind.
2 weeks ago. Fuck, it felt like yesterday.
You haven't stopped talking about it. It's an old film, yeah?
Yeah, it came out.
Have you never seen it before?
No, never.
Right.
So how long does it go for?
3 hours 40. Cheeky 340, huh?
Jesus. So it started 3 weeks ago. And it's
Yeah,
he's just walked
wrapped
out.
up. So yeah, it's a longie. It is a longie. So before the Titanic, I think, came out, it was the highest grossing movie of all time. Can you
Right.
believe
Because
it?
you had to buy 2 tickets to see it because it took up 2
It
sessions.
came out in 1939, and then the old World War II happened.
Oh, always getting
Bit
in
of
the
a
way.
whoopsie. And then that was in cinemas until 1943. So it got a good run.
That's exciting.
How many years?
4.
Wow.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. So
That's because they only play
You could watch it. They played it twice.
2 sessions per day for 4 years.
4
so,
years, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So how was it? I
It
love
was-
it. Like normally we like to do like quite recent news, and then Joe's gone. Well, let's throw it back to 1938,
39.
39.
39.
It was good. So obviously, it's the most famous line is, of course, the "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn," which is like the last line. Bit of a
Oh,
spoiler.
last line. You got to wait 3 hours and 40 minutes.
It was getting to the point we were watching. I was like, "Is that from this movie?" I'm starting to think.
Wait, so at the end of the movie, he says, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn."
Yeah,
Doesn't that basically mean this whole thing
I don't
didn't
give a
matter?
fuck. Yeah.
but it's about how he gets to that point.
Oh.
Clark Gable, and when he did it, it was fucking sick.
'Cause he's
Because
gone
it
with
came,
the
he said
wind.
the
Did
line.
you stand up and applaud?
People did applaud. There were a lot of old people in the cinema.
Oh right, it took
Couple,
him the whole second hour to stand up.
Yeah, there definitely need to be some checks going around after. See if they're still with us. But there was also an intermission. Have you guys ever been to a movie in the cinemas with an intermission?
No, not mid-film.
I think once. I can't remember what the film would have been. Did we
Yeah.
go and see what was that black and white fighting one we went and saw?
That was a 2
Oh, Raging Bull.
Yeah,
Kill Bill.
That could have had an
I think it
intermission.
did. I think it
Yeah.
did. That was a great movie. We
That
need to go
was
back
great,
and watch
yeah.
some old films like that. That's
Fuck,
actually
I
good.
just told you about one I did and I got roasted.
Gimp with
No,
the
but
wind.
no, I don't want to sit there for a week. I just want to go watch a good movie. I don't want to
Hour
fucking.
and 20.
I'm seeing
In and out.
Jesus.
I'm seeing Citizen Kane on Friday. Another
Nice.
oldie.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yes.
Have you got a story? You just fucking
Oh, yeah, I do have
pumping
a
up your
story.
tires about how much disposable income you have to go
I
see 3
do.
movies in a week.
I do have a story.
Because we're off to
So-
see Deadpool tomorrow night.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
So is there a day of the week? Today's the only day of the week that you're not going to go see.
No,
a
I got to
fucking-
do this crap. So we went to see Gone with the Wind. Obviously, there's an intermission, so everyone's like holding out for the intermission to obviously go to the lavatory
Yeah.
because people don't want to miss
Oh,
the line.
man.
You
Fuck.
could. That's why
Make a long movie longer by chucking a 20-minute intermission in there.
Yeah.
because I was holding it in. I needed to pee, but I was like, if I missed the fucking frankly my dear, because I didn't know when it happened. If I missed the iconic line, then these 4 hours of my life has been wasted. But
I reckon regardless, line or not.
so halftime comes and everyone heads out. You know, there's a lot of chatter or whatever, stretching the legs. I head out. I didn't want to
Are
go.
you the youngest person there?
There were a few people around my age.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest were about 90. they were like, yeah, I remember seeing this in cinema.
They were starring in the said film.
So then I waited a bit because obviously it's like it's halftime of the footy. You don't go to the toilet straight away.
Yeah.
Because
No,
that's where
it's-
everyone
yeah.
will be there. So I waited a bit and I head out and I see in the foyer massive line going to the ladies' toilet.
Nice.
And that's where you normally go. So
Massive
that'd be a real
line.
issue for you.
No, not true. Not true at all. And then I cut through that line and head over to the men's in the other corner.
Yeah.
Walk in. There's like 2 guys in there. I head straight in. Business is completed.
Nice.
Good.
And then I
Poo
head
done.
out. And as I'm heading out, so by this time, while I'm finished with my business, I was the only guy in the men's bathroom. And as I'm heading out, wash my hands, obviously.
Nice.
And then I open the door. And as I open the door, someone's reaching for it.
They reaching.
For the door.
So, yeah, I'm opening the door to leave the toilet. and this
And they missed.
this word is going to shock you.
They grabbed your bell end.
This woman,
Huh.
Grabbed your bell
when
end.
it was going to grab the door as I was pulling it open, so she's like sort of reaching in to get me.
Right. So imagine, the door is coming towards Joe. Joe's pulling the door towards him, and the Dal is pushing the door.
Yeah, she's
also
going for a big
towards him.
push.
Yeah, and she's missed
And
it.
I'm
'cause-
pulling back, and then we sort of lock eyes, and I think,
Frankly, my dear.
frankly, my dear,
you
you're not
don't
meant to
belong
be
here.
here.
Legally, babe.
And then she says to me,
Did she touch you?
Fuck you.
Jesus.
Like,
no.
did she miss the door
I'll
by
scratch
that
your
point?
back.
No.
You scratch my
No, she
back
didn't touch me. Or
end.
anything. She didn't touch me or anything.
my back
That'd be a
door.
different matter. I opened the door,
Not one that would.
and then we like sort of look at each other, and it's like, well, she's trying to sneak into the men's bathroom.
Oh, was that her plan?
Yeah, it was. And she says to me like,
I love you. Kiss me, dear.
she says,
Kiss
she
me.
goes
How
to
old
me,
was this woman? Just quickly.
oh, like 70s at least.
Okay.
Nice.
She was
bro.
old.
Kill.
Which again is usually where you try and hit them out of the park, Joe. That's
And
like your
Take what we can
ballpark.
get.
And she says to me, she goes, "Is it busy in there?"
Ooh.
Right?
Are we
Is it
still
busy
talking
in there?
about
Are
the
there any-
toilet?
And I say to her,
Frankly,
I
my
look at
dear.
her, and I say,
Frankly, my dear.
well, actually, like, it's empty now. And then I walk off, and then she makes her way in.
You were talking about your bladder.
She makes her way in
So
to
she's
do
in
her
the,
business.
So she's in the men's.
She's gone,
toilets.
yeah. What do you reckon about that?
When we
It's-
went to see
Oh, fuck me, dude.
Macklemore,
Yeah.
the same incident happened, and I went into the male bathroom, and there was more females in there than men. And I was in the I went to the to the designated urinal because the stalls were taken
Yeah.
and females were waiting outside, and I had to piss in the urinal while 7 girls were standing behind me.
Yeah. And because you always,
And like if that was the other way around, that is
Well,
like.
they're trying to piss in the urinal, and
No.
you're standing there watching them.
But if like all the lads just walked into the chicks' toilet, that's like news, like
Yeah, you can't.
level
do it.
Yeah.
of behavior.
and I think I understand why obviously it's worse for a guy to walk into the woman.
Why?
Because it's like,
Because
guys
are
can,
weirder.
yeah, and they can like, typically,
There we go.
if you could do something dodgy, you could overpower someone.
Oh, okay, right.
Where if like
well,
a,
you couldn't, but
a woman
we
is
could.
less. Well, there are some
Women are what?
women, I would say, are less intimidating in a situation like that. Like you wouldn't think.
Yeah, I've met some of my mates. They're a bit weird. I don't even like being with them.
But if you saw a woman in the bathroom,
You feel less
you're
threatened.
not like,
Yeah, that's fair.
oh, this could be the last minute of my life.
The optics aren't as bad as if
Yeah.
it was the genders were switched.
But I do think that it's a little bit more weird if nothing nefarious is going on because the guys are peeing in the open.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
you
no
could
way
see
to cut it.
gong.
It's-
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you do see gong.
Maybe that's what she was looking for. When she said, "It's like, there's no one else in here," did she go, "Oh"?
Turns around, back.
All right, Riley, you promised us a shower story, which is one of our favourite type of stories here on the pod.
Hey lads, how you going?
Hey lads.
Hello.
We've been going on. We went on a trip recently that we keep talking about on the show. I
Well,
thought I'd
name
give
with
it-
you. I don't think I've mentioned it
Yeah,
since we
bro.
got back.
I thought I'd milk it for one last thing.
Yes.
But-
My Esperance trip.
This trip. No, this trip didn't actually happen
Oh.
this year.
What?
This happened 5 years ago.
What the?
That is milking it.
I know, and I've recalled it as of recent.
2019. The
circa
trip to
19.
Melbourne.
The trip to Melbourne for the AFL prelim, Collingwood versus GWS.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Wow.
It was just us three musketeers.
Yeah. And we made our
Cheering
first
up.
TikTok.
This is pre-Mac.
Yeah, we made our first TikTok.
Pre-MacPack, yeah.
And then we,
Have you got the footage of the first TikTok? That would be great to share.
it's on your
It's
TikTok.
probably on my old account.
It's us hiding under a bed.
We did the Chinese New Year. And I can. Oh, I can. Oh, I can. I see you at the movie.
Oh yeah. See,
To see you gone with.
That was
the
peak.
wind. Anyway, yeah, that was sick. That was a great moment.
What's that got to do with China?
No, that's the name of the song. Or
Chinese
something.
New Year,
Chinese
yeah.
New Year.
Oh, okay.
Don't know why. Anyway, but yeah, we went to the trip. We went on the trip, and before we left, I was like, "Wow, I haven't gone away since April that year."
Oh,
But you know when you
right.
like pack your bags, and like not every place you stay at always supplies like the stuff you need for the toilet. Usually,
Yeah.
like some places even like
Toiletries.
include like face towels and all this stuff, and some people just have the soap. And then some places have like, they'll have like
Bit of
the hand
sandpaper.
soap, hand moisturizer, the conditioner,
Yeah.
Or the single use.
yeah, everything you need, right? And then, but I was like, I don't know if this place is gonna have it. So,
Taylor's quite annoyed at the moment. So we were at Crown last year,
uh-huh.
like April of 2023.
Yeah.
She was only there for one night, and I rocked up, grabbed all of the all of the gear, so all of the conditioner, the hand soap, all that shit.
Yeah,
It's
the
still-
bathrobe.
The slippers.
I took it all home, and
The
it's,
safe.
it still sits in my it's in my bathroom at the moment. I don't even use it. I've got nicer soap. Just sits there, just collecting like mold. Every time she walks past my bathroom, she's like, "Fucking throw them out, dude!" Like they're literally worth about 3 cents.
Yeah, it's silly
But the-
not to take it.
But
Though.
the amount of like soap scum they're bringing into into our little house is
Yeah.
not worth the hassle.
See, the good thing about keeping them though is that when you go on a trip, you can use them as like, you can put them in your little toiletry bag, right?
Yeah.
And I thought we have that massive linen cupboard, so I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
surely we have something in there. We've got like 42 boxes full of like random soap and random toothbrushes from when we were children.
yeah. I was
All
thinking of
this
that.
fuck shit.
The linen.
Voltaren from 2004.
that was the hard shit, man. The rules have changed. That shit takes skin. With it.
Linen cupboard is so interesting because, like, really, you like that one fabric so much?
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah. Anyway, I was looking at the toiletry side of our linen cupboard, and I was like, surely we're gonna have some sort of like soaps and stuff that I can boom. Anyway, so I opened up a couple of boxes, boom, found some, packed it all in. Then we headed off.
Yeah.
We circuited all the way down to Melbourne, and I remember the first day we got there, I was like, boys, I need a haircut, and you guys,
Oh,
were,
that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
What the fuck?
and you were livid. You're like, you came to Melbourne and
To get
you
a
wanna
haircut.
So I wouldn't want to get a haircut on a holiday because if it's really good,
No one's
then
can't
you
really
always
look
know, like, well, can't be getting this again.
This is during the period where Riley's haircuts were not really haircuts either. It was just like he was doing that straight line shit.
yeah.
No,
No,
There's
this
just
was just before.
protractor.
This was just before. This was year 11. That was
like-
in year 12.
Oh right, and it was just like take a little bit off, and then like he'd walk out. You would look no different. I was like, how much? It's like $40. I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
You could have given me $40. I would have just fucking
Done nothing.
pretended to cut your hair.
This was comb over stage, and it had grown out a lot. And I got the fresh cut, and I was like, "Ah, nice, looking clean, looking good." Anyway, and then got home, bloody pumped up, ready to go. But got to wash the hair off, obviously. Jump in the shower, and I started washing. Away.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's such a
splish,
good, you know,
splash.
when you first get your hair cut, and then you like do like the full like your hair, you wash your hair, and you just have a nice shower, and then you feel all clean. You can feel the air on your scalp and all that good stuff. Yeah,
Every day.
Jake.
Hair on scalp. Hair on scalp. Yeah.
Anyway, and then I got out of got out of the shower, you know, dried my hair, walked over, put my pajamas on, and then I was like, so it smells a bit like wet dog. The shampoo I used was dog shampoo. It was fucking.
Why did they make that smell like the dog?
I know, right? It like legit. I was like,
So you bought
smells
dog
like
shampoo.
our old dead dog.
It smells like ash.
Rusty, are you here? Come here, girl. Come here. Where are you, Rusty?
So
Little did I know Rusty was in my hair.
did you packed dog shampoo?
Yeah.
Did you not notice? Surely on there.
No,
it
it's
says
just
shaped
like
like a
this
bone.
little tube. I think that was
Have a dog on it?
Ford brand.
Ford.
Ford.
The car.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
why.
feel like that's
No,
not
the
accurate.
Ford ones was from a Ford showered pack.
Yeah, okay.
And a
alright,
lunchbox
Ford.
that
Maybe I was
Mum
looking
got
for
us.
Ford, and I got dog. D-O-G.
Ford and you got poured.
But yeah, no. Then I have to hop in for the second shower to wash out the Doge hair. Do you remember that shit?
You didn't tell. I don't think you
don't-
didn't
It
tell
might have been
us
like
that.
late at night. You guys were like, tucked away, and I was just washing my hair with dog shampoo.
And did you throw it out?
And I was
or did you bring it
rewatching
back?
Big Brother 2013 on my iPad on YouTube.
What a time.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
failed my
Your race.
exam. Classic story.
It was a hectic week.
And you smell like dog the entire time.
And I still do.
Alrighty, boys, it's time for one of our favourite games that we play here on the podcast. It's called Who's Review. It pits two different locations against one another. It's our job to guess which location we're talking about purely based on their reviews.
Who's review? Who's review?
Yeah, I really want to know.
Who's review? Who's review?
Tell me who's review.
Who's review? Who's review?
Yeah, 'cause I really want to know.
Who's review? Who's review?
Who's Review? Joey is always in the hosting chair.
Fuck, just about.
This
Most
is
of the
the-
games I host.
That's not true. This is one of your
Oh.
absolute big ticket items. Is it
Yeah.
going to overflow?
Yeah, let's do it next to the grand.
Next week on
The grand.
Will It
audio
Overflow?
recorder. Jake was pouring his Powerade into our MacPack mug.
Yeah,
Right.
directly on.
Directly over all sound systems
Yeah.
connected to everything right now.
The game is pretty simple. The game basically
Yes,
pits two
very
different
simple.
people or two different companies usually against one another. Recently, we did it with two coffee places that we went to, Sydney and
Yeah.
saw, and I hosted that one.
You did.
So you
Nimba
can't-
Bakehouse.
Don't talk that you exclusively
Kimberly.
host shit.
Buffet.
This week, all we got, Joey boy.
We have two iconic WA eateries.
Oh,
Nice. Can we get some
They
more
both
specifics?
hit the same vein in that they are all you can yeet.
Nice. We love that. Who have we got? Come on.
We have Atrium, which obviously sits in Crown, which is Crown has already got a mention. That's right. The Packers will be paying us big for this one. And the next one we have Sizzler, which
Huge.
of course is the out of business all you can eat buffet.
like
Boys.
But Riley has some news.
Yeah, I do.
regarding the Sizz.
Coming hard and fast. Boys.
Pardon?
Boys, did you know Sizzler's coming back to Australia?
Yes. You've told me
Packers,
this.
watch out.
That's huge. Boys, Sydney,
Sydney.
Brisbane,
Yep.
Sizzler opening their doors for one day only.
One day
in
only.
Brisbane, Australia.
Right.
That's good.
Are we going to fly over, lads, or what?
Probably not.
They pay us.
I feel like I didn't go when they were open in Perth. Why
That's
would
a
I
great point.
Why would I go?
But we all
That's,
have-
Yeah.
that's my big thing with Sizzler. Is when they were around, no one really went, and then when they disappeared, they're like, "Oh, we're closing up shop." And I was like, "What? But I love going there 4 years ago."
I love going
that's
there
the
once.
reason it's closing
Yeah.
because
very
no one
true.
goes.
That's right. The Sizzler went out of business 4 years ago in 2020 amidst the pandemic.
right. I feel like
They're
that was-
already teetering, I think.
Yeah, I feel like pandemic or not, they were going down.
Yes.
But there's been a lot of eateries trying to mimic Sizzler's recipe with even literally recipe with food.
Yeah.
But they haven't been doing the job. So
Yeah, they
Kiss
could leave
90
Leave
Kiss
it out there for a week.
Yeah. That was funny, Jack. But Brisbane radio host Robin Bailey and Kip Wingtight Man have decided to take one step further, launching a
what is
Sizzler
his
pop-up on July 16, lads.
Fake
What is
name.
his name? Wing Tightman.
Kip Whitman. You just got to sound it out.
Kip
sometime.
Whitman.
The Kiss 97.3 breakfast show hosts are teaming up with the Coffee Club to bring back Sizzler for one day only.
It's one of the biggest collabs of all time. People we've never heard of in the Coffee Club.
like Nike and Adidas.
Coffee Club.
Trump and TaylorMade really teeing it up. I love
As
it.
if they're only doing one day though. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Well,
They're
I
just
feel
doing
like
one day. Everyone's gonna go. They're gonna make a mill and then they'll close up.
we talked about this on radio. I'm sure you can go and find it if you're at all interested. I'm not. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I will not. But to answer your question, no, I won't be going to where? Queensland to go to Sizzler.
No, that's the
No,
place.
I
It's going
wouldn't have
down.
Find not many people would.
Because the value of the all you can eat goes down with the flights.
It's pretty. It was fun though. It's fun spot.
When did you go? When was your last trip to Sizzler?
It was actually like 20. I want to say 17, 18.
Why?
Melvin had these coupons
Shout out.
in the entertainment book, and he took me, Caleb, Dan, and himself.
That's cute.
We went like 2 weekends in a row.
back to
We were
back.
keeping them afloat
Yeah. I went
with our
to
entertainment.
I went to the Riverton one
Yeah, that's the one.
before it was like announced that it was shutting down.
Yeah.
I went down for one last
Too
hurrah.
little, too late.
They had good mints. My favorite bit was the mints.
The mints. I like the ice cream
I don't really remember the ice cream.
and the seafood, which
I don't really remember
good.
much about it, to be honest. Probably that's why it's gone extinct.
Garlic bread
All
was
right, we've got some
Anyway,
reviews coming.
Back to the game. So we've got Crown versus
Sizzler.
Sizzler. How could I forget? The game is basically Joe reads out a review. We have to decide between Riley and I if the review is for which company or which
Which place?
respective place. So today is obviously between Sizzler and Crown.
Yeah, Atrium.
Atrium,
in
not
particular.
Crown. Atrium specifically.
All
Jake
right.
versus Junior Boy. We'll just get our answers in together. Best of 5.
Yep, I've got my first review. This is a 5-starer coming in from Jake B.
JB.
The restaurant is very well presented. The food is delicious and very good value for money.
Oh.
The staff are so amazing, they even have 3 different outlooks. 1, generally happy to be here. 2, putting on a smile. 3, not giving a flying fuck. I highly recommend.
I like it. When you mentioned outlooks, I thought we were just talking about different
Every time I've been to
email softwares that they're running.
Every time I've been to the Atrium, every time you go to Crown, in fact, service is top notch. It's one of their main priorities as a brand. So I'm
And the
going to have
little
to say
soaps.
that this sounds like a Sizzler job.
I was also going to lock in Sizzler myself because I just think,
Okay.
especially the not giving a fuck. I think if you don't give a fuck at Atrium,
It's
you
bad.
get shown the door pretty
Yeah.
quick. We're going to go Sizzler. Both locking in Sizzler.
And Sizzler is correct. Of
Bang.
course, Sizzler are known for their famous not giving a fuck out attitude. Like, not giving a fuck if they can turn a profit.
One each to kick things off.
All right, now we've got a 1-starer. A 1-star review.
What was the last one? 5.
5, yeah.
I feel like there's never one in the middle. You're either putting a 1 or you're putting a 5.
You know
Yeah.
when a business
Oh, we got a 2.
goes under? Like, did they go under or did they raise the white flag?
Is it the
I
same
think
thing?
it's the same thing.
Like, it makes you think. Like, I guess they sell all the properties that they were probably renting.
Yeah, they would have been leasing.
So do they just, like, when they say we're shut, do they still have to pay to get out? Like, does it cost a couple million to pack up these 100 restaurants you have across the country?
You're asking the wrong crowd,
Yeah.
mate.
Makes you think.
All right, now we got a 1-star review. When I was having breakfast here this morning, I saw a suspected body hair on the mushrooms. I immediately notified the waiter. Soon the manager came and explained that it was mushroom hair. Do you believe it?
Didn't know they had
And
it.
there's a little photo, but it's a bit blurry.
Can I
Show
see it?
us.
Or does it have branding?
Is that the end of the review?
Yeah, do you believe it? They end with a question.
Ooh, it's
So
rhetoric.
this is it. You can't really say.
Wow, what is that taken on?
You can't. It's a little photo that I've
What
zoomed
year
in
was
on
this
the
from?
review.
I recognise those tables though, Joey.
I'm gonna I'm
Oh.
gonna lock in Atrium personally.
See, Jake was looking at the shroom. I took the sites.
Can I see the table? I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change. I just don't.
What did you say, Jake?
I can just hardly see fucking pixels.
What
I'm
did
gonna
you
go Atrium.
Yeah, same.
Look at him.
Ooh, it was Atrium.
Ooh.
Is that how you knew based on the?
Black tables. That's why
I would
we.
not call that black table. Just
It was
quietly.
more of a grey.
Yeah.
What would you call this? It's kind of blue. It's gone blue.
All right. We have
Because you washed it.
we have another 1-star review.
Nice. So it's currently 1 or 2 each.
2 each. Yeah.
Boys are just hitting them out of the park.
Terrible food. I was scared to eat any of the seafood. We ordered drinks when we walked in, and we are still waiting for them a day later. Lol.
Good beer. Good beer from the game.
The manager said he won't charge us for the drinks. Now, this is in all caps, so just be careful. We never got the drinks! A dish we had with meat in it was as tough as boots. Never again. Shocking food and service. And that was a 1-star review.
I've got my answer.
I'm gonna go Sizzler.
I'm gonna go Sizz.
Oh, we can't keep going
Because
the
I
same
think
thing.
I
I'm
just
gonna go Atrium.
I'm basically going Sizzler because again, like I just think they're not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Like I reckon on a percentage of like good visits to bad visits, Sizzler would genuinely be a coin toss. I think if
50-50.
yeah,
You don't.
like,
But the thing with like Sizzler, you don't actually have to have much to do with the staff. You know, because they just come clear your table and put the food back in the heater.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of just the middlemen between you and buffet.
You mean they scrape it off your plate?
put it back in there again.
I think this is crab. Just fucking scoop it in there.
And like I just think seafood at the Atrium would have to be up to scratch. Sizzler, surprised they're even doing seafood.
Yeah.
And I reckon most of the staff would be as well. Like, oh fucking Jesus, seafood.
Oh my god.
Want to get to this pretty quick, I'd imagine.
Seafood and
Like
I run away.
yesterday.
All right, so you're going Sizzler, you're
Sizzler.
going Atrium?
No, you're going Sizzler as well. Don't change your vote.
I go
Unless-
Sizz.
yeah,
I got the
stick
Sizz.
that.
It was Atrium.
Oh.
that could have been it.
There you
Could've
go.
been.
So it's still 2 each. Atrium
Wow.
running away with that one.
Now we've got a 2-star review.
Speed it up a bit, Joe.
I don't know what it is about blank, the name of the place, but it doesn't quite come up to scratch for me. It's a bit on the pricey side for what you get unless you want to endlessly eat from the salad/dessert bar. The food that is served is not really that nice, and during peak times you have to line up for ages. I've also had coffee that tastes a bit off. It may have been the milk. So overall, dining is not really my cup of tea, as I prefer quality over quantity. So that was a 2-star
I went back and
review.
forth a few times throughout
Me
that.
too. I do remember there used to be, like they used to have the line door at Sizzler.
Yeah, that was what changed my. I was going to go Atrium the whole time, and then talking about the door. It was at Riverton. It almost felt like it ran out onto High Road sometimes.
Yeah,
the
that shit
line
was like a
fucking-
20-meter dash.
Yeah, like you're waiting for people to die before you were going to get in for dinner.
Which is pretty sad because now they.
Now
Don't
they've
Now
died.
they're done.
Yeah.
Who you going?
Sizzler.
Sizzler.
It is Sizzler.
Bang! The boys are just tired again. It is-
So we come down to the final one,
Huge.
but then I also have the tiebreak.
Okay,
And
let's
the rule
just-
for the tiebreak is obviously you can't answer the same.
well, the fool for the tiebreak is going to be once you're in, you're in. We're going to go, yeah.
Quickest in.
Yeah, quickest in wins.
Okay, this
Or
one
loses.
is a 5-starer. I have come. Sorry, I have.
Pardon?
Sorry, that was my personal diary entries. I have to complain. The package of the wet tissue or wipe are always hard to tear. So for so many years, that's just a sentence.
Hang on. What? Hang on.
Is that the start?
Okay, I'll start again. And when I
I have
pause,
come.
it's the end of the sentence. I have to complain. The package of the wet tissue or wipe are always hard to tear. For so many years, it never improved. However, while we were trying to tear the package of the wet tissue with wet fingers, one of the skinny Asian waiters
Good. Some heavy profiling.
gave us 3 packages of the wet tissue already to use. Wow, that's extremely sweet. Great service.
5-star.
This service is the best service while we had buffet for many years. 5 stars.
Fucking Jesus. It's going to be
Yeah,
Atrium.
it sounds like an Atrium job.
Because
Above and
I
beyond
know,
staff.
because I know that Sizzler specifically don't hire those sorts, those sorts of people.
I've never seen a
that's incorrect.
moist towelette at Sizzler.
Nah.
Either.
The only moist towelette you're finding is some toilet paper that wasn't originally moist.
So you're both locked
We're
in.
both
Atrium?
going Atrium and
You
watch
both
it
locked
be Sizzler.
No, you both absolutely nailed it.
Oh, the boys
The
are just
skinny
cooking.
Asian waitress.
Yeah,
Done it again.
That's
With the
how I know her. That's how I knew.
All right,
So this is the tie break.
yeah. Whoever gets in first gets it.
We've never been as good. Like normally we're swinging and
Yeah,
missing.
well, the quality difference.
I
is
think
very
it's
big
gone
between.
Atrium Sizzler, Atrium Sizzler, Atrium.
No, and it was
Anyway, who cares? Let's go to the last one. The segment's gone for about 15 minutes longer than it
Alright.
should have.
1-star review. Horrible experience. We got to dessert and asked the lady in the center what had nuts and what didn't have nuts, since we have nut allergy. We were told pink cake didn't have any, though the recipe book said it did have, and had to get sent to hospital. 1 star.
Atrium.
Yeah, recipe book's big. Recipe book is big. The recipe book mention is big. He's got it locked in Atrium.
Yeah, Riley's done it with Atrium.
Yeah, well played. I was gonna go Atrium myself, but that is not how the tie break works. Congratulations, Junior Boy.
It's because the center word got me.
The center, yeah, because there's the little bit, the dessert bit in the middle at Atrium.
Oh,
Nice.
Yes.
there you go. A couple of boys.
Great win there,
A couple
Riley.
of boys who are in the know. Exciting stuff. Great game. Riley goes ahead yet again.
He
Pleasure.
does.
Good stuff. Well played, boys. Alrighty, boys. The Olympics obviously took place.
It's taking place.
It kicked off last week. Very exciting. We haven't been following it massively close. I've been getting the tidbits, the stuff that's going on. The biggest issue I'm having at the moment is I want to watch, but it's all on at such shit time for us West Australians.
Yeah, I know. It's on so late. And like, I like the events, but I'm not waking up to watch the pole vault.
Yeah, it's so late that it's actually early. It's most of the good stuff's on during the Betty Boo Bubbo time, which is obviously between 11 to about 5 a.m.
That's right.
Like I was going to get up and watch the basketball. I was going to watch the USA basketball game the other night. 11:45 tip off. That's asking a fair bit on a Sunday night.
I know, and even like the Matildas played the other day. They're probably the most famous, one of the most
Yeah.
famous teams they've got going. It's at 3 a.m.
And then I put money on the game before I worked out what time the game was on, and then I found out it was on at 3 o'clock. And I was like,
I guess we'll
it's
find
like
out.
a short-term deposit. This one, just wake up and see if the money's hit the account.
They won 6-5 against Zambia.
Zambia.
Yeah, apparently it was a smashing game, but again, it was very late. So I didn't watch
Wow,
it.
Right.
that would have been fun to watch the
Good
highlights.
on
of.
them.
We're currently coming fourth. We've dropped 2 places since start of recording.
When does it end?
2 weeks. Start of next month.
14 days, yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's pretty.
And
Sorry,
speaking of the medal,
And the swimming's
tally-
happening at the moment. I see Titmus is going well.
Yeah, Titmas is going well.
There you go.
Yeah, she's we do well in the swimming, and obviously swimming is a great place to win a lot of medals
Mm.
Yeah.
because there are so many different types of swimming.
Yeah, that's handy. If you're good at swimming, you're usually good at more than one stroke.
I didn't know that there were so many medals to give out. I didn't know that you got one on day one of the Olympics. I thought you had to earn them. Over the 2 weeks, I thought you continuously battle for this gold.
There are heats leading up to it.
Yeah.
So you
And
thought it was like
every
a
day.
campaign, like an AFL final series.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and then the
this,
last
this
day.
week one is literally like the first couple of days, and you're like, yeah, by the end, by the 14th day, we're gonna have the 2 best swimmers going at it.
yeah.
Not at all.
But
the
no,
case.
it's just you race once and you get this marvelous medal.
See, I think like the basketball seems to go over basically the entire period because it's like a tournament knockout. I imagine the soccer's much the
Yeah,
same.
and tennis is the same.
Yeah, like it's a long type thing.
Campaign.
But
I guess because
usually, if you
we've-
just get 8 people in a pool, you can pretty much work out which one's the quickest pretty soon.
Yeah, but you can't put 8 basketball teams in a room and say, "You guys fucking figure it out."
You've got 3 minutes. I was watching the what was the thing we were watching last night?
Kayaking.
Yeah,
Jess Fox.
that shit. They make that shit look a lot easier than it is.
Oh my god.
I was saying to Taylor, have you ever kayaked casually? Because we once did it as a family
Yeah.
about 10 years
Almost.
ago.
It's
And,
so hard.
and Johnny got put up for adoption. So that was really
It's
exciting.
actually so hard to keep the boat straight or the canoe.
Yeah, one of the best quotes of the entire day.
Yeah,
I think it was
just gonna say it.
me and Dad. I can't remember the pairings. It was pretty hectic. Did you do it?
I think I was just a ride along.
Yeah,
That's fucking story of your life, mate. But
Right,
I,
had a
remember,
great time.
I remember being in one of the boats, and I can't remember if I would have been with Mum, I reckon, and you would have been with Dad. And I vividly remember, like, most quotable moment of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it's tough when you're doing it with 2, because usually you got to paddle one on one side, one on the other side, so that
Especially
you
when-
remain straight. Because you're both on the left, you're pushing the the
Yeah,
thing.
bro.
On the
And especially when one of them is like dad, like a full grown man bricklayer for his entire life.
And
The other
you're
one is
12.
a 10-year-old. Fucking battle.
And I'll never forget. Like, Joe, understandably, he's struggling quite a bit. Dad's doing a lot of the heavy lifting on the left side. Joe's not doing much on the right. And next thing you know, they're just going around in a circle. And Dad just turned around to Joe and went, "Mate, what are you, dyslexic?" Which is just like not at all the appropriate thing to say, let alone the most accurate thing. Yeah. Dyslexia is not being able to read or write, neither of which are applicable to what Joe was doing. One of the great moments. But yeah, what's her name? Jess Fox, making it look exceptionally easy.
I thought they also
Pelting
like
down.
go in a straight line, but she was like doing like the whole like you got to go through the green one straight, and then you do a roundabout one in the red poles.
Yeah, I don't understand why they've incorporated pole dancing into it all. That seems.
And then why are you on like a rocky rapid? Like, can't we just keep going straight? Like, why are you just like banging into the ground
on
as
some
you go?
artificial slide?
Yeah, just like bang bang.
Yeah, it looked hectic.
It's
What the
crazy.
What's the
fuck?
big stick thing about it? They got to like wrap each other around sticks.
Yeah,
You got,
the
the pole, you
kayaking.
got the poles coming down. They got to like do a little U-turn and then leave.
yeah,
I have no
it's
idea.
dragging it a bit, and they also don't even get the whole boat around. They kind of just like
Yeah,
move
angle
their
their
head, like,
angle
as
their
if
hips.
This was it. They're just kind of like
Yeah,
Go straight.
yeah, it's bizarre. I don't. This is the thing with the Olympics. I'm not a huge fan personally. I just think if this was the last ever Olympics, I think there'd be a lot less people unimpressed about that than if we cancelled the AFL season next year. From a national standpoint, do you reckon there'd be a lot more uproar if the Olympics were cancelled, or if the AFL ceased to exist
in
as of next
Australia,
year?
probably.
I think it's. I mean, Olympics people care about it for 2 weeks every 4 years.
Yeah, that's my thinking.
And that's again only if it's in a convenient time slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we watched. We
fun.
followed that up because I think there's just so many exotic sports. I think that's what people like because you can basically turn it on at any point in time. Like I've never watched any can't fucking play archery in my life. But then the Olympics are on. You're like, yeah, man, I'll watch this fucking obese cunt just like slap a bow and arrow in the middle of the thing. They're all big butch country blokes. Like, come on. This dude is wood chopping 6 days of the week. The other day of the week, he's fucking hitting some target.
Yeah,
and
he's getting
next thing you know,
he's
he's the best
finding
out
lunch.
here. Or the guys who do the shooting, play shooting. Give me a spell. That guy's like an accountant every other day of the week. And then he comes out and goes, "What are you doing today, Mark?" "Yeah, just going clay shooting, mate." "Oh, right. What are you doing that? Paris." "Yeah, right."
The worst part is you spend 90% of the time watching the Olympic sport trying to figure out the rules and if they're any good.
That's hectic.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, you're like, I think I get it.
I think that's why.
And our country sucks.
I think that's why the 100-meter sprint is like the most.
It's so
watched
fun.
one.
Oh,
Everyone goes, "Oh yeah, they got to get there. Too easy."
Yeah.
A, B.
The
go.
less complicated, the better. Like I don't know how anyone at all is scoring during the breakdancing.
Yeah.
How's that a thing?
I have no idea. Is it like Dancing with the Stars rules?
There's just people standing there with different signs coming
Yeah,
up.
Todd McClure?
Get the colours
Todd
there.
McClure,
Yeah.
Todd McClenny.
Whatever his name is.
We watched the ladies rugby, like 7v7 rugby, and I was like, oh, this would be good. It was Australia versus South Africa, 2 teams. Who
Oh,
I
yeah, they
thought
should do
are
well.
exceptionally good. Blatantly incorrect. Australia basically kept them scoreless.
Oh,
For
wow.
13 of the 14. They only played 2 7-minute halves, which I thought was
Yeah.
bizarre. We scored within the first 30 seconds, and I was like, wow,
I-
we're good.
Is that because... So that's the Super... That's like... I don't know shit about rugby, but Super Sevens, that's like different to regular rugby.
They're
It's
all
basically the same. It's very similar.
But
It's-
I wonder if maybe South Africa's best team is in the normal
real
rugby.
rugby.
And we've put our best players into the sevens to win that.
But
Nah,
also,
don't think so.
what I watched the male one of that as well, and the lads are like probably 50 kilos lighter.
yeah.
Then-
It's all about being quick, covering the ground.
Because I started watching, I was like, oh my God, like, these guys would fuck up like the All Blacks. Like, these guys are so good. And I was like,
They're
they're only
actually
7 people, and they only weigh 85 kilos each.
The moment,
If they get hit, they'll die.
the moment for me last night was one chick
Yeah.
appeared from the Australian team, appeared to do an ACL. She like went for a tackle, knee jerked, and then it slipped underneath her, and it didn't look flash at all, right?
Try.
And then she, when it saw the trainers and whatnot, they sort of paused the game for a sec. She was doing all these little tests and whatnot, and I was like, oh, her knee's clearly fucked. Like, as someone who's hurt both her knees, you know when you're not stable, and you know when someone's not confident. Next thing you know, she's brushing the trainer up. I thought, this is a very bold move. And she's then gone out for the next play. They throw the ball down the line, and then she goes to tackle, and as she stops to lay the tackle, like basically excruciating pain shoots through her knee. She lays the tackle on this woman, and she's basically put all of her body weight on this lady. And then off camera, like whistle sort of goes, and the umpire's like doing a fucking, we want to go to the third umpire. So they started just boxing on the thing. The third umpire. And I was like, oh, this is pretty hectic. Middle of the game. The other girl who's just done the knee is chatting with her trainer, and she's now off screen. You don't know. She's sitting on the floor outside the field of play, chatting to the same trainer in excruciating pain. And then the third umpire over the thing is just like, yeah, it's definitely a dangerous tackle. My recommendation would be a yellow card. And I was like, oh, that's pretty hectic. At this point, you don't see that the girl's out of bounds, like basically crying.
Yeah.
And this little umpire has to go over to her, and the woman is like in tears on the side of the field with her trainer. And she just walks over and goes, excuse me, yellow card. It was just like the biggest salt in the wounds thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. Fantastic. But obviously the medals, that's why we're all there.
That's right.
And I got a fun fact about the medals this year. So obviously, usually it is gold, silver, and bronze.
Yep.
But this time they'll be taking home a little bit of iron. That's right, iron. It's coming from the Eiffel Tower, which had some renovations done.
Nice.
So every medal has 18 grams taken from the original Eiffel Tower renovation scraps, which is pretty cool. It's like famous building.
Nice.
Everyone gets a little bit. Makes it a little bit special.
So every part of the Olympic medals in Paris are made out of the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That is cool.
There you go.
Yeah,
Did we do that in Sydney? Was a part of it the bridge?
Someone grab the bread. No, I think because that's... No, I don't think so.
No, nice.
What would be your sport if you could pick a sport? We've asked the people over the journey, what would their number one sport be if they could compete? What would their sport be? Joe?
I reckon skate shooting would be all right.
What's that? The fucking
Yeah, the
pistol
clay
shit?
one. It's less... you can still do it. You still like kind of look cool because you're shooting a gun. But if you're missing, you're like, oh, but
They don't miss though. They fucking never miss.
if you just miss, you're like, oh, it was a bit windy.
I reckon the Americans would have that one under the fucking belt.
it's just 8 Americans.
some fucking 4-year-old kid from America would probably win.
What about
Yourself?
you, Jake? What would
No,
you
what
buy?
would you do?
Oh, I'd like to be a part of the Boomers, I reckon. Just playing with Paddy Mills would be good fun.
Just ride the bench.
Just riding.
You could ride the bench, you still get a medal.
Exactly.
So, just does that count to the medal tally? If you got a team of 12,
I think that counts as one.
Tough.
tough gig. Alrighty, boys, it's time for our favourite weekly segment. It's our only weekly segment. It's time for our Everyday Hero. Now, this week's quite exciting. It comes from, as I mentioned off the top, the Fifi, Nick, and Fev show. I think I've fucked up
Fifi,
the order.
Fev, and
Fifi,
Nick.
Fev, and Nick show, which is a radio show over east. I think they're coming out of Melbourne.
Yep, sounds
Would
right.
make sense. And they have basically, over the weekend, I don't know if you guys would have seen on last Friday night, between Port Adelaide and Carlton,
Yes.
was that it all seemed to take place. But a lot of work had obviously taken place before that. But what they had built was a concept and a campaign, an idea around a group of young people who they were calling the Underdogs,
Ooh.
which comprised of a lot of children who were either like basically mercilessly bullied, unfortunately, at school, or they had mental health issues, or they had different health issues. Some kids were battling cancer, some were battling disabilities, some were battling just basically schoolyard bullying. And people got in contact with the show, talked about bullying, and then I think it was between Fifi, Fev, and Nick who decided what we're going to do is we're going to celebrate these kids who obviously aren't getting a fair enough crack at school. Because kids are bullying them. And that's the thing. Some of the kids were bullying these kids because they had cancer. And you're like, what the fuck are we
they're going
doing?
through enough, I think.
What? Yeah, but like, what? That's not something to pick on anyone for. Same with disabilities. And then some kids were getting bullied because they were wearing glasses. Like all this just random stuff.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, never a good thing. And so they put a campaign together. They played an Underdogs game of footy out on the field before the game as like a bit of a curtain raiser, similar to what the Auskick kids do at half time.
Oh, yep.
But this was purely for the Underdogs to go out. They ran through this massive banner with Nick, Cody, and Fifi and basically just tore it up on the field for, I don't know, half an hour before the game of footy. And then once the actual game started, they went up to the stands, they hung out with the team, from the radio station. And then I even saw a bit of roaming after the game. Fev and Nick were with two of the young lads who were part of it, and they were in the Port Adelaide rooms watching it all go on, which I just thought was a fantastic little thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just getting some people who, especially some young kids who are obviously going through a tough time, whether it be medical conditions or just like as a result of other kids not letting them feel like they fit in. Just Fifi, Nick, and Fev just doing the absolute best to get around them.
Yeah, that's fantastic to see. Like, obviously, kids get picked on, and we don't want to see that. But it's good to see, like, especially when you're a kid, you're in school. You might have a class of maybe 50 kids, and then when you're a kid, you feel like that's the entire world.
Yeah, that's true.
So it is good to see, like, if you're a kid and you have an experience where, firstly, you're probably meeting kids from other schools that are maybe a bit more like you, and then seeing, like, very successful, cool people like, Fev, Fifi. To be like, oh, like, there are other people out there who aren't like the people in my school. There are other people out there who are nice. There are other people who care. And that's the most of people. So it's good to sort of, show the kids that.
The bright side.
Yeah, there's people out there that do care.
The grass is greener.
Absolutely. Fantastic campaign. It's obviously the first time it's ever happened, but based on the success of it and how well it has done in regards to just building this little cohesive little group, but also as like a wider message that people are sharing, I have no doubt this will be a campaign that runs for years to come.
Good stuff, guys.
Absolutely love it.
So they had two teams and they versed each other?
I don't know I think they just had a big group of kids and then they just would have split them down the
free
middle.
for all.
Yeah. No, split them down the middle and went bang. There you go. There you go.
British
They were
Bulldogs.
punching on.
Joe's trying to work out like who we should have bet on. It's like what team? And what was the first pick like? Was he pretty good?
Who's the tallest kid there?
But yeah, it was very fantastic. Great initiative from the team. Fifi and Nick and Fev.
Yep. You'll get the names right eventually.
From Fox 101.9 in Melbourne.
Absolutely dominating. And just a fantastic thing because a lot of, I don't know, just going the extra mile. They didn't have to do that. They could have had the caller online and gone, yeah, we'll give you $200.
No.
But make a moment of it. Make it a situation where these kids get an experience that they will probably never get to repeat.
It's cool.
And fuck, imagine rocking up to Monday. Imagine these kids rocking up to Monday. They've been bullied mercilessly all year.
They never swagger.
Yeah, and they played on fucking. They played in the shed.
On Friday night.
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh, we have
They'll be the absolute heroes of the school, no doubt, this week. So that's fantastic. Hopefully, it just gives them a little bit of a pep in their step, bit of confidence to know that even though the kids at school might not be getting around them, the rest of Australia is.
And if you're a listener and you've been bullied, tell us and we'll fucking beat the shit out of them.
Joe's taking a different approach.
So that's why Fifi, Nick, and Fev are winning this week's Everyday Hero. Alrighty, boys, that just about brings us to the end of another episode of the podcast. Before we finish up this week, should we have a quick little debrief about the malt? The MacPack Malt.
How's it looking?
So what do we need? I completely forgot. We needed
Pies to win, Nick to Brownlow, and Colby McPherson. Speaking of the underdogs.
McKercher, you fuckwit. Colby McKercher.
Colby
what did I say?
McPherson. L. McPherson's son.
Must have been a typo.
So we needed Colby McKercher to win the Rising Star. He's blown out to $15, which I think is higher than he's ever been before. Ollie Dempsey's flown into the hot favourite.
Wardlaw, there was talk of him potentially copping a suspension.
Unsure about
but maybe that
that
hasn't gone ahead.
Slick Nick still looking the goods for the Brownlow. He currently is in third position behind Paddy Cripps, who's flown into favourite.
I rate that, but I feel like your team should be doing a little bit better if you're going to win the Brownlow. You know.
So you think the third place or the fourth place side Paddy Cripps plays for is not good enough? Or
No,
he's
just
saying
like
Nick.
Oh.
Yeah. I just feel like it's a bit sad if you win it and your team's not doing that good.
Playing finals, and that's looking more and more likely because the Pies are now out to $81 to win the flag. There were 101 over the weekend, so that's shortened.
It's going up.
Ooh,
But yeah, we got on at $5.
flag
We got on at $5.16, so that's quite short.
If we put money on them now, we'd win more money than just doing the entire multi.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
We would. But yeah,
It's worked out brilliantly.
so we've shut the bed on that occasion, but we'll be back. We should have done it last year. I think last year we basically got them all right, and that's why we followed up this year.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't say Lockie Neal.
Did he win? Yeah, he won last year.
No one said Lockie Neal.
Not even Lockie Neal thought Lockie Neal should have won.
Yeah.
You see his interview last year? He's like, yeah, no one's more surprised than me.
Yeah.
Oh, giving this thing away.
But yeah,
Literally, once a year.
So, the excitingly, Scont plays 400 this weekend.
Yes,
Scont
tomorrow.
Pendlebury plays
Fantastic.
400 games, which is actually outrageous. Hopefully, they boys get a win up against Carlton. We basically need to win every single game from here on out to even play finals. And if we're going to win the flag, we basically need to win for 2 straight months. We're going to go 8-0 to close the season.
So easy. We're gonna be in. Remind me in 2 months when we are in Melbourne, fucking going mental.
With Fifi, Bev, and
Fifi, yeah.
the Fox.
Yeah, when the fox is sitting there.
The Frito Dockers, however, are looking very saucy. So
Flag man. Yeah, of course we've always been flag man lads.
well, I'm a Dockers member. I go to each game with Mum. It was meant to be you boys who were meant to join me, but you guys don't seem to show.
I went to one game this year. They got pumped by the Crows. Boring. Or maybe they pumped the Crows. I can't remember.
Did you go?
Either way.
Did you come with me?
Boring.
You didn't go.
I went with my mates.
You have a free ticket every week.
Nuffy.
you went
Wolfie time. Wolfie time. I also went to the Freo Collingwood game. That sucked.
no winners in that.
Everyone.
Literally no winners.
I
But
reckon
yeah.
Freo look good. They've got preliminary final integrity.
How cool to be a grand final day last Saturday in September. There's 2 minutes left. Wolfie time. Wolfie time at the G.
Does the guy with the guy go?
Oh Jesus! Honestly, does anyone like him? Does anyone actually enjoy his company? The guy that stands on the roof to do that thing.
I
I like him. It's like a Mad Max.
You don't get to see it every week.
Yeah, true.
I see it every week.
Do you know-
Thunderstruck. I wish he got thunderstruck. Honestly, every week I'm
can't
up
be
there going.
saying.
Like some days it's like lightning, and I'm like, today's the fucking day.
Who do you
How
reckon-
ironic if he got done by lightning while he's out there. Thunderstruck.
With the game go on.
Oh fuck!
the
You reckon the
show
crowd's
must
loud when
go
the Wolfie
on.
time
Imagine
starts?
that
Imagine that
Wolfie
guy getting
time.
knocked off.
Wolfie time. Who do you reckon that guy looks like?
Oh,
The guy from Game
someone-
Kids.
Oh, yeah.
oh, Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, I reckon he's got
Oh,
the
yeah.
same mental capacity as him as well. To be honest. Anyway, we're swinging hard. He's an
no punch down.
No.
King. Like, he definitely brings the energy that
It's very.
Dockers need. How much do you reckon he's on?
What? Like
Yeah,
ice?
he pays to do it.
He's on
No, but
straight.
like he would get paid because how many home games are there? 12.
Yeah.
And he
Now
gets
he
paid
does-
per game. So how much cash is he bringing?
Because now he
in?
does the start and end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure that was his suggestion as well.
Like, you
The
reckon he's
bloke
on,
would
like,
be up
50
there all
grand?
night if he could.
50 grand a year.
Surely fucking not. I would learn how to play the
I
guitar.
mean,
if
he's
that was the
working at
case.
height.
Yeah, that's risk.
So he needs like tickets to be able to do that. Then he's shredding that thing in front of 60,000 max.
Honestly, we need to put a poll out. Does anyone appreciate the bloke on the roof? Because I, for one,
Jay hates him. I
Mate,
like him.
I
think
really
he's
like
so annoying. Like it takes away from any. Let's do what Port Adelaide do.
you
Give
know
a bit
what
of
I
never
hate?
tear us apart.
At the 3/4 time. Freo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's Tame Impala.
Freo.
I don't
I
know
reckon
what
he
he
just.
was
I reckon,
doing.
I don't think he's even. He comes to the games. I reckon he doesn't even like that song.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
think
proper
'cause
phone-in
I think
job.
he did that for free. I think that was the.
Oh,
That was a
Tame.
5-minute
you
job.
wouldn't want to be paying him for that.
Yeah. What
Mind
missing?
you.
Freo? Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau up on the roof, sorry, right next to you as well.
There you go.
Any reason to get up there at halftime and give it a bit of a bash? For the only time he's not up there.
I think he's cool.
I like him.
I think it's sick. Yeah, it's like in Mad Max. There's a guy in one of the cars with the guitar.
It's Wolfie time.
That's what I think of.
He is Wolfie time.
It's so bogan. The whole concept of the Dockers home games at the moment, it's just so.
Have you met the
Yeah,
demo?
you met the fans.
It's just hectic, man. It could just, I don't know.
Better than the Eagle thing.
Yeah, sending an eagle around, man. I'd shoot
That's
that.
pretty
fucking
cool.
thing.
It's fucking scary though. That first one we went to.
Yeah.
And then one time it didn't come back. The eagle? Did you hear about
It was
that?
attacking
It was
the
this
guitar.
season. It didn't come back.
Didn't come back yet.
Well,
was
it's like
just-
a few of the players. Maybe it got Adam Simpson treatment.
It was just sitting up on a
They have to
beam.
toss the coin the next
Solidarity.
week.
Yeah.
It was just sitting up on a beam. This massive eagle. And they had to shoot it.
Really?
No, yeah, the guitar guy got up.
All right, let's wrap it up.
No, say some more.
And so we do this time next week. Stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to
Go give your mama a hug.
it's sharpening our button off forever.